Time for our 18th and final race of the day. It is, of course, DD2 Masters Heat number 3. Let's have a look at the starting order. Rudy Champion, 2 for 2 so far today. And also, once again, starting from pole position, we'll have Carl Clibor alongside from Belgium. Christoph Adams from the Netherlands will start on the inside of row number 2, joined by Germany's Andreas Neumann. It's an Estonian-Swedish row number 3 with Pritzai and Renis Freys in the 551 and the 512. In 7th, this is going to be Jimmy Chaumier from France in the 537, joined by Rodrigo Pinilos from Germany in the 514. That's row number 4. Jonathan Wimont from France in the 560 will have the 577 Maxim Shaposhnikov alongside, and they complete the top 10. Bruno Dos Santos, Martina Stankiewicz and Christophe Capitain round out the 13 strong, and they'll be going into racing for 10 minutes plus an additional lap. So one more race to go today, another 11 tomorrow, starting with the Senior Rotax second chance heat. Once all the points have been tallied and we have our intermediate classification confirmed and ratified, there'll be 26 drivers going into battle for the final 6 places for the last 36 for the Rotax Max Challenge Winter Cup. It's Champion and Clibor on the front row. Out of the final corner, into the tramline as we go. Revs rise, and we are lights out and off and away. Rudy Champion gets the whole shot as they filter their way through. Christoph Adams up into second. Carl Clibor could find himself into 5th place very shortly. He does, because Andreas Neumann and Pritzai get up into 4th and 3rd respectively. The drivers make their way up to the crest of the hill. Down the hill they come, through the roller coaster ride once again. But Champion leads them away. Adams in second, Pritzai, Andreas Neumann, Carl Clibor, followed by Jimmy Chaumier, and then Jonathan Wimont, who's going to try and go up the inside of the 537, gets through, mounts the curbs, and gets denied. So Champion keeping a little bit of distance between himself and Christoph Adams. That looks to be probably the best part of 6 to 8 kart lengths between the pair, as lap 1 is in the books. Gap is now already up to nearly 5.5 tenths of a second. It's again Chaumier. This time goes up. Chaumier gets Wimont up the inside through turn 1. Already, Wimont has gotten past Andreas Neumann, it looks like. Well, Neumann's dropped behind Carl Clibor, so Clibort's managed to get through. Here comes Bruno Dos Santos up the inside of Jimmy Chaumier. And so the 2 French drivers exchange positions nice and cleanly there. Stankiewicz this time around is not up at the sharper end of the field like we saw in the previous race. However, there's still plenty of time. We're just over 2 minutes in, and Rudy Champion crosses the line. Gap last time was 5.4 tenths. It's now 0.88 of a second. Carl Clebor wrestling with the steering wheel on the Kart Republic chassis whilst trying to keep Jonathan Wimore at bay. As they now make their way down the hill. Now, oh, very close indeed. Wimore was looking up the inside of Clebor this time. Could be a lunge. Oh, side by side, nearly 2 wheels on the grass or on the curb for Wimore. And then the 506 from Belgium manages to do the switchback through the right-hander. And on the approach into the next left. So good awareness as always from Carl Clebor. So Clebor making his way down the hill. And 560 from France, also following in close proximity. Can't exactly miss the Red Speed logo on the side pod of that car. It's literally emblazoned like, yep, I'm a Red Speed, here I am. And up the inside goes Wimore on cue through that left-hand hairpin. Seems to be a bit of a sweet overtaking spot. Seems like Jonathan Wimore can find any sweet overtaking spot and work it to his advantage. But Rudy Champion just carrying on with business. Battle for second really heating up. Pit side looks a little bit closer to Christoph Adams. Well, he was. Now the gap has slightly extended to just over 0.3 of a second. But a little bit further behind. Andreas Neumann definitely embroiled in a battle with Bruno dos Santos. And who's that he's got behind him? Christophe Capitan. And that's a big old battle there. Not having a good run. I think it was damage to the right front steering, and the wheel was not tracking true. So unfortunately he was out last time. And Capitan sends it up the inside of very close indeed. And then here comes straight away, was that right, wasn't that was more than likely going to be Rennis Freys, I think, from Sweden, that just got through, because Tankevicius is already up the order and is already up to, looks to be 6th position, and is closing on Carl Clebor for 5th place. And Dos Santos is not that far behind either. 4.5 minutes still to go, plus 1 lap, and Christoph Adams still holding on to 2nd position at the minute. Both him and Pritzai go down the hill through the sweeping right, down towards the heavy braking zone. Still a lot of close battles to be fought over the next 3.5 minutes or so, plus 1 lap. And the battle for second still very much hot and heated under the collar. Jonathan Wimore, in the meantime, is putting in personal best after personal best last time round. Jonathan Wimore was nearly half a second quicker than Pritzai, who in turn is trying to close on in on Christoph Adams. Then you look at the train behind. Martinas Tankevicius, Carl Clebor and Bruno dos Santos. So that's the top 7 completed. And Christoph Adams now really coming under pressure. Pritzai waiting, up the inside goes the Estonian, takes the position from the Dutch driver and gets through. Down the back straight away they go. And Wimore is just like, It's just like a coiled spring waiting to pounce. And there we go, up the inside. So in a handful of corners, Christoph Adams has dropped from second to fourth and looks over his right shoulder. And Dennis Freys unfortunately has parked it, I'm afraid. So will not be taking any further participation in the race. That's on lap number 6. So Martina Stankiewicz just behind Christoph Adams. And Christoph Adams, for the very first time, represented another nationality at the Grand Finals. He represented Team Netherlands last year at Bahrain. Christoph looks over his right shoulder. This is Martinez just behind. And a slight touch of bumpers, front to rear. Bruno dos Santos has got past Carl Clebor, who's now in 7th place. And, oh, there we go, move for second. Very good move for second there. Jonathan Wimore, shades of the first heat earlier on today. Just, it was like stealing candy from a baby in the store itself under full public view. That's exactly what Jonathan Wimore did just there and then, with plenty of chagrin whilst doing so. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Jonathan Wimore. Pritsai better watch his 6th, though, because Martina Stankiewicz is there ready and waiting in the wings. Enter stage left. And this is what you like, where you've got an ultra-competitive field of DD2 Masters drivers, and a few of which have represented their nations at the Grand Finals. And the 22nd running will head to Portimao, and that will be in the latter part of November this year. I think it's the 19th to the 26th of November, if memory serves me correctly. I will have to double check on that, though. But what a great way, seeing these DD2 Masters drivers go hell for leather. And I was right. There we go. Marta Stankiewicz has just pointed. Did he just point to the time on the digi flag? Or just by the digi flag? It's like, look, come on, let's go. So Pritsai drops to 4th. After Stankiewicz serves one up the inside of the Estonian. And, oh, fancy. Oh, that was close. God. Whose beats per minute have just elevated? Well, mine, obviously. But we are coming down to the final few moments. And here goes Stankiewicz up the inside of Wimore. That is for 2nd position. And Wimore is in the slipstream. The thing is, Rudy Champion has gotten away like a scalded cat. 4.5 seconds up the road from the battle. And there's more battling behind. Christoph Adams is battling with Christophe Capitan and Carl Clebor. As we go on to the final lap, Christoph Adams fends off Christophe Capitan going into turn 1. And I just got the thumbs up from Jen Wade. Yes, I got my dates right. The Grand Finals at Portimao. As Andreas Neumann completely sideways coming out of the final corner. God, dearie me. Throttle manipulation, please. Yep, whack. But we are heading towards our final few corners of the race day. And Bruno dos Santos looking to put a move on Pritsai, maybe in the last 4 or 5 corners. And could dos Santos get the opportunity, get the run? He's going to be nigh on bump drafting heading into this corner. But I don't think he's going to get an opportunity unless Pritsai opens the door. Rudy Champion takes the checkered. 3 out of 3. Perfect score for the Frenchman. Stankiewicz takes 2nd. Wimore takes another top 3, finishing 3rd. Ahead of Pritsai and Bruno dos Santos, who completes the top 5. Christoph Adams finishes in 6th, ahead of a fellow Christoph, one of French nationality, Christophe Capitan. In the 5.99. Carl Clebor in the 5.06 rounds out the top 8, with Jimmy Chaumier in the 5.37 representing France, Rodrigo Pinilos representing Germany in the 5.14, and Russia's Maxim Shaposhnikov in the 5.77, rounding out the top 11, followed by Germany's Andreas Neumann in the 5.67. Unfortunately, on lap number 6, we lost Renis Frays, but Rudy Champion wins the final heat in DD2 Masters by nearly 4.7 seconds.